So
do you want us to play the music?
I don't think we have that capacity.
Yeah, we do. Play the music.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised.
Hell yeah.
Last time on Harmontown, you guys had gone back to the keep to turn in your mission, and you turned in the mission, and then you decided to go get your pay from the mission, so you went to the commissary and got paid. As part of your debriefing, you had left Patchens with the church and had agreed to meet up with him, so you went to the tavern to meet up with him, but he didn't show up. So Diarrhea Jr. went to go look for him, and he found him. And what did he find? Patchens was mad at our group and didn't want their help because they had caused problems for Patchens in the past, and he just wanted to tell them that he was leaving. And leaving he did. But the gang conspired or transpired. They talked about what they should do. They were like, we should probably see what's up. And then Jeff summoned a horse, and he fell off the horse because it disappeared and chased after Patchens. And he found Patchens and was like, wait right here. It was ambiguous whether or not you two were with him at the time. What will happen? Who will do? What we'll see? How will be? Harmontown. Now. Actually, now. All right. So any questions? Brandon, you don't have any clue, so all questions would be acceptable, I'd assume. Or if you have none, that makes sense too, because what questions could you have if you have no knowledge to begin with? But
I'm just happy to be Jeff once.
You're getting better and better at those. They're very exciting.
Right. It's not like I was really good at it for a while and then completely stopped having to do it and lost practice. And I'm getting back into the groove. I'm reaching new heights that I never achieved.
I think you are.
Right. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Well, if we're not with Patchens, I assume I kind of picture it as like Jeff got on his phantom horse that he summoned. He rode for a burst, and then it doesn't last that long.
Yeah, and then he kind of sprinted off.
And then he sprinted ahead of us, and he said, "Wait here to Patchens." And I assume like we would be now, the rest of us, me and Diarrhea, would be coming up to where they are.
If you want, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, let's.
I'm going to bring back some food. I left the guy where he's supposed to be. You guys come up to meet him. I'll bring back some snacks.
Chad's going to
go
get some snacks.
Yeah.
I love this plan.
I'm into.
All right. Well, don't go. All right. I mean, I don't want to.
Who doesn't like snacks?
Well, I just we haven't been all together yet. So if you go off, I'm just scared that we're gonna get separated again.
Two coming right back. I promise.
Go. Okay.
Do you want to get snacks nearby, like perhaps within earshot?
I feel like we got the guy. Everything's about to go down. We're gonna be hungry.
Okay. If we go anywhere, we're gonna follow the road in the direction that Patchens was heading. So
great.
And if we're not, that means something's gone wrong. In which case, it would be more important to find us.
So we're not with Patchens, but Carlos and I are running toward him, right, Spence?
Well, you met up with Chad, who is getting snacks, let's say 50 feet from Patchens, who is told to wait there. So you're now approaching Patchens. And
okay, great.
Chad is presumably getting snacks, if
Perfect.
I understand.
Patchens!
Hey, guys.
I heard you didn't want us to help you.
Right. And here you are.
Well, we owe you help.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably true. I honestly feel like everything I've done with you has only put my life into jeopardy, and I'm worried that would happen more with your help rather than, it would be alleviated. I guess that's where I'm coming from.
Patchens, what church do we belong to?
The Church of the Silver Flame.
What does flame do?
Burns.
What does burning feel like?
Terrible.
Is it good?
Well, it depends on the context.
Right. But you love your church.
Right.
The silver flame is the flame of truth. Flame is a reaction between heat and things that it overtakes. The process can be damaging. It can be helpful to things around it. It all depends on who's getting burnt and what use is getting gotten out of it. The truth burns away at lies. Everything gets challenged. I failed you. Like, I came upon you and needed your help, and you helped us, and I owe you. And I know that I suck at it. Like, I've been holed up in the church, looking for an opportunity to do something right instead of the bureaucratic bullshit they send us out on. And we encountered you, and I believe that the silver flame somehow made us, intersect. And so I understand you not thinking that we're going to be good at it.
Right.
But we did try, and I've never betrayed you. I've just failed you. I've never lied to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem as I'm explaining it. Yeah, you're just saying why I shouldn't go along with you.
Well, there's no control group to this experiment where you're doing awesome on your own, and I don't want to turn it into a fight like that.
We don't know that that's the case. I might be awesome.
Hey, man, we love you. You've been there from the beginning. You're like our Scooby.
Again, that's not the question. The problem is not these guys don't love me enough. The problem is that their love is potentially lethal.
But what if somebody owes you something? What if we owe you? Like just because you don't want to accept our debt to you doesn't mean that we don't owe you. That's the problem.
Do you have diplomacy?
Diplomacy. I do have it. The box is checked, but there's no number.
Okay, then do you have charisma?
I have like a 16 charisma. It says ability modifier +3.
All right. Your words touched him. He's like, you know what? I'm almost certain this will get me killed. But you can come if you want to join the adventure of Patchens' gem.
Yeah. We gotta.
Well, we usually take a vote on party matters, and one.
All right, fuck you. I'm leaving.
No, I'm kidding. It was a
Can't
joke.
leave without these snacks. Hey, everybody.
Hey, it's Jack.
Yeah. What kind
I'm
of snacks did you
starving.
get?
I got a little jerky, and I got these beet chips.
What kind of jerky?
Bison. So, yeah, bison jerky.
This
Okay.
is great.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
tastes really fresh. It's almost like it's a fine line between bison jerky and. Did you just come upon a bison?
Actually, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you are enjoying it.
That's good.
Yeah, this is great.
Let us all eat from my snack bucket.
You eat from the snack bucket. That happens.
You really nailed it, Chad.
So, Patchens, before we help you, we're going to need to know more about this gem.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a gem. Important people at the church told me to keep it safe, and they said my whole job was to keep it just safe, and that was my whole job at the church. And it was a special position that was different than the normal hierarchy, but it was an important position, and so they sent me to Roan, a quiet town, to lay low. And then it seemed like it wasn't so quiet anymore, so I tried to lay low some more, and then I got jacked. And I don't know who jacked it, but Roan is nearby the town of Dornester, and Dornester is a town full of thieves and ruffians, and we were right by it when I got attacked. We got attacked, I suppose, and that's where I was headed. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's why I don't necessarily want to take people with me, because I don't know that it'll do anything. But I got to do what I got to do, otherwise I'm going to get murdered.
Well, the men that assailed us were hired hands for sure. They were disguised as banditos, but they were actually, professional mercenaries. So
Shit.
it sounds like you're on the right track.
What did the gem do? Are we allowed to know that?
What did the gem do?
Yeah.
It's a church treasure.
He was just put in charge of keeping it hidden. Like it was like a Princess Leia or
It doesn't have any
Moses.
magical
It
properties. or
didn't
anything?
glow. It didn't do anything when I shook it. It's like a big gem.
He doesn't know anything. They picked an obscure turd of a man and put him in the middle of nowhere where they thought that
Yeah.
no one would ever find or look for the gem. And they were right.
Do you
And then we
think that
stumbled onto it and fucked it up.
Do you think the crazy vampire lady has any connection
It was
to
a
that
totally
gem?
random thing. No, they weren't there for. He was sleeping with the gem. Excuse me for a second, Patchens. This guy is he wasn't doing anything. He was just sleeping. We had our dumb adventure that we half botched, and then we took him, told him he had to come with us to town, and on the way there, we got robbed.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I think everything's connected here.
You share that with. I mean, that's also schizophrenics and.
Yeah, I'm owning it.
I just alienated 1 in 20 of our listeners. everything is connected. Yes, but
To the town past Rowan.
yeah, that's what someone who didn't think everything was connected would say. That's what we were just saying. Let's go. The dot we're connecting is that the men that assailed us were they were hired. This is like somebody with the money to make other people do bad things, like hired a gang of people to disguise themselves and waylay us. I don't think they were affiliated with the vampires because the vampires weren't looking for Patchens or his gem. That was an unrelated story, and this is a new one.
No one's touched my myrrh balls. Are they too spicy?
What is a merball?
I set them next to the bison jerky. You didn't try them?
I'll eat it.
I worked really hard on these.
I'm not gonna eat it.
You made it?
Yeah, I said snacks, didn't I?
Patchens, I'm going to tell you right now, if shit goes bad and you try the excuse of like we're bad at doing what we do again, you can, but not if you don't tell us everything you know right now. If you know more information than you've already shared with us about people who might be looking for that gem, it's going to be way less on us when we fuck up again.
I truly don't know. I feel like my job was not to know for safety's sake.
I got that impression, and I'm willing to believe you, yeah. I mean, it seems like they just buried this gem deep in obscurity. They didn't want anyone to ever think about it, and you did a great job. That's why I feel like we owe you.
Yeah.
I feel like the church has these two different functions. There's like the function of cooperating with the way the world already works, which isn't good. And then there's the function of purifying the world. And I feel like the people that put you in charge of that gym are, they're more lateral. Like, they're more punk rock.
You know what? They are more punk rock.
Who was it that put you in charge of that gym?
Just some bishop.
Schrader?
No. And
Tilson?
not that other guy.
Avisman?
I don't even know his name. He was such
Was
a
it Roberts?
mysterious character. Oh, it was Roberts. The mysterious Roberts.
All right, well,
I pick up a merball to Patchens, onward, and then I take a bite of it, and it tastes really funky. It's kind of gooey and warm in the middle, and I'm like, what did you want me to eat? What is this thing?
Too salty?
What is it?
Too salty. I knew. Too salty. I'm so sorry. I did the best I could.
Is it meat? Is it a plant?
That's the thing about myrrh. It's kind of meaty, planty. It's like seaweed.
I eat a merball, and I let the dungeon master tell me how it tasted.
Oh, it tastes like it might be too salty.
I should probably get some experience points for it.
Yeah,
That-
you get some experience points.
Because I didn't. You know what you did there?
Oh.
Kind of DM'd for yourself.
Yeah,
You're like,
I don't
I
want to
eat it
critique
and it tastes
Steve, but
bad,
he's a
and
bit
then I-
improv-y.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine. I mean, we're all just trying to do our thing, and it's great, but it's true.
Cue music. The
Marching.
Onward. Tom Howard. Who's the composer? The swelling music
Terrence Howard.
strings. No. The Lord of the Rings guy. That Howard Shore. Cue Howard Shore as we don't literally cue Howard Shore. Oh, we'll be in big trouble. As we
journey off.
As we do whatever Spencer says we're doing.
You travel for a couple days, and you reach a crossroads, and you can see the way to Dornester, and also a sign that points to Dornester. You hear more, not more.
Can we just do a quick though? If we're walking that far, just like the audio of the dialogue rises and falls, we do a little montage of sound bites of stuff we're talking about while we're walking.
Yes.
So like
balls.
I just think that if
Marching
hot dogs
music.
are going to come 8 in a package, why do buns come 6 in a package?
Right. I guess it's because somebody might come over.
Okay, all right. End of montage.
All right.
Figured that one out.
You travel for some time, and you come to the crossroads. You see the sign marking Dornester, and you can see kind of down this hilly path of rolling hills. You can see Dornester kind of nestled next to a forest, and you can also see what looks like a graveyard. This is Dornester. Oh, boy. You hear the sound of hoofbeats pounding as a horse rides up to you, and on that horse I hope we're getting that. That's great. And on that horse is a familiar face. It's Geffen, that guy. He wears
Geffen!
brown armor and stuff. Oh, boy. What up?
Geffen!
We see you again. This is crazy coincidence, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. What are you guys doing?
Well, we
Snacks. Tell them about the snacks.
we're headlong into an operation in which who we tell what matters more than before.
He points to his temple a couple times and he winks. He's like, I got you. Well, I'm just out on rounds. See, we're checking with affiliate churches to see how everyone's doing. The nearby town of Dornester has been pretty fucked up. We believe they're all on pot or something.
Well, so you're going there to do what? Like crack some heads?
Yeah, they're a rough and rowdy bunch. We don't try to force abstinence on the public, but if our congregants are getting fucking zooted out of their skulls, I'm going to crack some of their skulls.
Suited. So they're specifically having a lot of sex?
Nah, they're getting lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling, bro. Fucking zooted out of their skulls.
God damn.
Talking that sneaky weaky, that sticky icky. You know what I'm saying?
Higher
That's what
than
we
a-
think.
Higher than a hawk's nuts?
If rumors are to be believed,
Higher than a giraffe's pussy?
I'd have to confirm. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the man we've been waiting to hear from.
Well, it looks like you'll get there before us, but Geffen, if I could have a word with you, there may be some way you could help us.
Okay.
Just keep your ears peeled for anybody who may have hired a gang of brigands to go out and do bad things on the road.
Right. I'm on it.
Okay, well that's
Away.
You have a beautiful horse.
Yep.
well, it's always good. Geffen will get there first.
He sure did.
It's nice.
Or will. All right. That's not a compelling cliffhanger, but that's a good time to stop, right?
Well, one man's non-compelling cliffhanger is another man's perfect denouement. I see a dandelion, and I say, "Look, gentlemen, the dandelion. It grows its whole life just to give way to chaos, in hopes that its life wasn't spent in vain. The three of us proceed forth from here to the wind and wherever it takes us, but we'll always be together through purpose, like the roots of the dandelion. To brotherhood, to the fellowship of Patchens Gem."
To the Fellowship of Patchens Gem.
To the fellowship of Patchens Gym.
We shouldn't make that our public name. But to the fellowship of Patchens Gem.
Yeah, no, we won't say it to anybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
you know,
our
It's a
secret.
secret.
sort of a spies.
great.
Right.
Right, and it's a little gay, but that's
In a good way. In a good way.
yeah. No, I'm sure 1,000 years from now that'll be what I said will be bad.
Cliffhanger! It doesn't work to just yell things without an audience, does it?